We're continuing on the porch project, finishing up the fascias, and we are bending and cutting some metal. We have, I would say, 2 more pieces of fascia to install, and this is the first one right here that I basically just got rid of the bottom tongue that sticks out, and you'll see why I wanted to overlap the end of the roof there. It'll all make sense. So let's go over that, and then we're going to talk about a hot topic issue that came up in the last video where a lot of people thought we did something odd or wrong, and I'm going to show you why I did what I did and not what they expected me to do. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. It's a little bit hard looking up at that bright sky, but the fascia, I want it to actually come all the way down to the corner. Like these.
Don't drop it on me.
Wow, that was a lot for an aluminum screw. I'm going to bring you guys up there so you can see what I did. So basically what we did was carried on this roof line all the way down to the corner. And even though I could have just stopped it here, you would see a break and it would ruin this flow. So we carry on this piece, even though it's not totally needed, all the way down, covering up this fascia. And now it's gonna look really good. Let me go down this end, get all this trimmed up and secured, and then we'll tie those 2 pieces together. Let me see if I'm happy with that. Alright guys, we finished up all the fascia. It looks clean. We're not quite done. We still have to put our gable trim on. But before we do that, let's talk about the issue that a lot of people had with the previous video where we installed all these soffit panels. Now we do try to answer comments in the comment section, but some things are easier shown than explained, and it seemed like we were still having a lot of communication issues explaining this to you guys. So let me show you what's going on. Up here, you can see we installed these panels with the lines running this way. This is the ceiling, the porch ceiling. But then over here, we turned them this way. And a lot of people said, you made a mistake, you should turn those panels because they are wrong. They should be running like this. I don't know why you guys think that, but I'm going to explain why we did it this way. There's a difference between this and this. When we're looking at our house, this is the porch. So this is the porch wall, this is the porch ceiling. So these eaves, the soffit panels that run perpendicular to the house again. It all goes this way. But on this side of the house, they turn because now we're facing a different direction. You can see that our eaves extend all the way to here and they're running like this. But this is where it turns. This is the transition. And now they run up the house this way. And just like the rest of the panels, they're going perpendicular to this side of the house. And that way, they line up with these panels, which are perpendicular to the house. You see all of them on this side, all the way up to the peak and all the way down the other side. They're all the grooves are going like this. Dum, dum, dum. And you can see where we connected this one, it does the same thing. It carries on. That is part of this. So this section right here that we installed, it's not part of the porch ceiling, it's actually part of this soffit. And we wanted the soffit grooves to maintain a consistent direction all the way down the side of the house. That way when you look at it, you can see it just looks normal. My plan was that after we box all this in and we're doing the trim, I was going to take a piece of trim, a little bigger than this, and I was going to put it right here to separate the soffit from the porch. You can see that little trim. And that little detail is what separates these 2 spaces, the porch ceiling from the soffits, the eaves. That's the eaves of the house. So they are intentionally going a different direction. It's a different section. It looks better with the side of the house. It lines up with the eaves that they run into. And honestly, I don't even need the trim. I could just paint it and it would look good, but I am gonna be putting trim up here. And you can see it's gonna look totally normal. It's like, pretend it's a wall. It's just a break. I hope that makes sense. I don't think there's any other way to explain it other than showing that this is the same run up here, down here, and they should all be facing the same direction. Well guys, we just finished up the gable trim, got it all cut and pieced in, screwed in, and it's secure. We have one more corner of our roof, storm-proof and ready to go. Well guys, it's another sunny one today, but I came out this morning and I finished up this side of the roof. So you can see all the flashing is installed, the fascia, I mean, and the gable trim that goes on top of the roof. Took me a little while. There were some tricky cuts. It doesn't look like it, but the way it goes up where those roofs interact, I wasn't sure. I got it done. Unfortunately, I didn't bring you guys along, but I wanted to show you that it was finished on this side. And with that, the entire ceiling and roof is finished. All the trim, the fascia, and the gable. So now we can finally, well, I don't know when I'm going to paint the ceiling, but essentially the next step is going to be making this part look better. Boxing out the beam and the posts and cleaning up this whole area. So we'll work on that some other time. I don't have the materials for that right now. We probably won't be able to get to it this month, maybe later this month, but we were able to pick up all the trim we needed for the mobile home. So right here should be all the remaining window, door, and baseboard trim to complete our mobile home investment property. We'll be going over there pretty soon to get these painted, first coat, but we are closing in on completing all the trim work in the entire house. So after that, it's really just the finishing touches. Now the other night, we also were able to load up the mower into the bus and get over to the mobile home and get the yard mowed. And now mowing doesn't seem like an exciting or big project, but it does take a lot of time. So I have to acknowledge that we got that done. It was an accomplishment this week. Well guys, we made a decision and we're here at the mobile home. We're gonna go ahead and get the first coat of paint on all of this trim so we can get ready to install it this week. I was actually going to start painting the roof, the ceiling of the porch that we just finished back at home, because I thought what a great way to end this video with the porch ceiling being officially complete with all the fascia and everything and the ceiling painted. But then I remembered and found out that all of our painting supplies were still here at the mobile home. So instead of doing the ceiling, let's do the trim, and we'll bring home all of our painting supplies so we can paint the ceiling another day. All of this trim gets turned black. We're doing black trim throughout the house. So we're just gonna get the paint out and get going. All right, there it is, mission accomplished. These are drying fast. Most of them are practically dry already, but we're gonna let them cure a little bit so that the paint can harden, and we'll just come back and put the second coat on them another day, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how the day goes. After that, we can get it installed. But for now, I'm gonna round up all my painting supplies, bring them home so that we can work on that roof, that ceiling. And we made it back home with enough time to do the ceiling after all. So let's get painting with the white, Evie on the grooves, I'm on the flats, and we'll try to get it done, right?
Yeah.
Well guys, we just finished the first coat of paint on the ceiling. It looks good. It will need a second coat, but this is an awesome start, and it's something that I didn't think we'd get to today. We actually got an amazing amount of work done between getting the trim dropped off and painted at the mobile home, getting this all painted up, getting all the fascia and gable trim done, and having time to mow the mobile home property. Awesome, awesome week we're having. Look at this, how good that looks. And again, let's talk about this. This is the soffit, the eaves, right? And the soffit goes this way, and then it wraps around the house and goes up that way. So just like these soffits go here, this one goes here. And that is why we turn these end panels, and you can see it's not gonna stand out in a bad way. It's gonna look right in a good way. The only thing I wish I did a little better was lined up these grooves with those grooves a little more consistently, so that the spacing between the grooves was the same as it wrapped around that little bend. But it's not a big deal. And now don't worry about the paint. We did get some paint on the siding, and we got paint up on the beam, but there will be trim that covers that. There will be a trim that goes right here, and this whole beam is going to be boxed out. So good job once again. Guys, don't give her a hard time. When she's helping, we each have our own jobs to do, and we can't both be doing the same job at the same time. Sometimes people just give us a hard time for no reason. Mm-hmm. And all these jobs, they're a lot of work. We help each other. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all there is to say. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.
Bye.